We're back and we survived.
We did?
Well, barely.
We died a couple times last time. Oh, you mean you and
Yes.
me? Oh yeah, man.
Oh
We
yeah,
barely
yeah,
made it.
yeah. No, real life. We
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 barely pulled through.
no, but we're back. This is the if you're new, this is the You Choose podcast where we go through these old 80s books, and when we get to decision point, if you're listening, watching live, you can decide what happens in these exciting books.
I'm
Maybe
putting
you
out the
do survive,
bat signal.
or or maybe you get burned. Yeah, that last time where our ship burned and we drowned. I think we starved to death. Another time I don't think we ate our friend. Don't tell me that wasn't on one of the options we were thinking.
Oh yeah, eating cannibalization of your friend is always on the table when you're stranded.
Yes, and
They
we were
even
deciding if we were going to drink seawater or not.
Oh yeah, I was like, can I drink ocean water? Luckily, we skipped over that one.
Yes, we avoided that one. So this time we're going to go through the book again. Last time we went through and just tried to get several different endings, and this time we're going to go through it again and try to get some more different endings. So it's a little different format than what we're normally used to, but we're going to do it this way again and just see how it goes. We're going to go through the book Survival at Sea by Edward Packard, and Paul Granger is the illustrator. This one, man, Eddie, I know we talked about last time, has some excellent 2-page 80s black and white illustrations. I mean, these don't get any better than these early books, especially.
No, and which number was it again? 16?
Number 16. Yeah.
God, those early ones, man, they really were firing on all cylinders.
Yes. And remember in our episode with Edward Packard, by the way, uchoose.com, you can find it in the archives. He talks about basically the 50 and under was kind of the peak. He admits that those books sold more than all the others combined by magnitude of 3 to 4 times. So he even admits those 1 through 50 were amazing.
And it's not that the other books don't have their own like charm and their own place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's like it's a lot, and this is where it's kind of a life lesson too for all of us, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe things weren't as cool as we remembered them, you know.
Yes.
That's kind of the heart and soul of the I wouldn't say it's dead, but it certainly is hibernating. The Make Eternia Great Again podcast that I had helped create, was the whole point of that show was to remember the stuff, not research it and talk about it. And we did do a little bit of light research, but
Sure.
mostly to kind of acknowledge people creatively. But it's more fun, I think, to remember the thing and then revisit it and be like, oh, okay, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also we've seen this before. You've seen it before, Eddie, on TV shows, movies, games, where you probably shouldn't have done that fifth movie or
No.
that 180th episode that we've been going on 3 years longer than it probably should. You see it all the time. They just bleed it dry. And I think that's maybe what they did with Choose Your Own Adventure. And I don't know how much Edward Packard had to say in that. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, and I think again, like if you talk to anybody who's a fan of Choose Your Own Adventure books, I think it's one of those things that like if people were forced to say, "Hey, what was your favorite book?" people would like probably name one of the first 50. You
Oh yeah,
know,
by far. Probably the
those are
first
the
20 even.
yeah, yeah. For me, it was Cave of Time, which that was number one, wasn't
Number
it?
one. It was number
I tell
one.
you what, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Chimney
I
Rock,
love,
Who
yeah,
Killed Harold those early one. Again, those are the first 20.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's like you yeah, the veil or the lens of memory is something else, you know.
It is. It is. And also, real quick, before we dive in, I just want to mention that go to the You Choose podcast Facebook page. I'll put a link in the show notes. We need to get
Yes.
100 likes because they changed the requirements to stream live. You have to have 100
Yeah.
likes. So we need you, the listener to go and like the page, and you'll be notified when we go live there, and we post other stuff too. But primarily just makes it easier if that's the format you like to listen or watch on. But we're also on Twitch, we're also on YouTube. So watch however you want to do it. But if you want to watch on Facebook, we need to have those 100 likes.
Yeah,
So
again, honestly, follow us on all those things, man. Like we're even on the socials on Instagram and
yeah.
Facebook and all of that, and it's just a fun time. Every so often we'll throw some fun stuff up there, and it's just fun to kind of like participate with everybody. And
Oh yeah.
the
I've
whole
been
point of this
throwing
show is cooperation. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
exactly. I've been throwing up a lot of the illustrations from the books just because those are fun. I mean, as a
Yep.
kid, these covers especially. So
Oh, dude. And as a reminder to other people too, and we're kind of gearing up with some more creative stuff. Be sure to keep after and follow the Eddie and the Star Cruisers group here, creative group, because we got some stuff coming. We're doing a lot of things, and even Mr. Lee Searcy, along with many other people involved with the Star Cruiser group, is helping make a card game,
yes.
a
Can't
battle
wait for that.
card game.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for all updates. Look who it is. Is it Carolyn? Is
Oh,
she back?
she is. I was like, my gosh, it's Carolyn Daly. We were just saying we haven't seen her for a while. So
It's like, was she
glad you're
just
back.
missing? What happened?
Maybe she died in one of the tragic endings in the book.
Listen, it's not above it's not above the possibility, man. These books will
Or
get you.
or Eddie, this is how Eddie wants to go, everybody. And everybody knows it, if they listen to the show, that Eddie wants to get abducted. If you're gonna go, get abducted.
Listen, if I'm gonna go out, I want to go out on an alien's operating table like a real hero, fighting off aliens like Fire in the Sky. That was a terrifying movie, by the way.
Jeez, oh man, I saw that when I was in college, and that was still terrifying.
I was in
That's
high
not the way I
school.
want to go.
You want to you want to rob yourself of a good night's sleep? Watch Fire in the Sky and then go to bed.
Yeah,
Straight to bed.
or
You won't
worse,
do
watch Fire in the Sky and then go out for a walk in the park at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be the same. Hey, Mr. BRS 2794, you're back. It's good to see you. Good to see you,
Gerald
buddy.
Flanza?
Gerald's
Oh, man,
back. We missed you last time, Gerald.
Yes. Glad
And
everybody's
Carolyn,
here.
man, we missed you too.
Nothing like
Yeah,
a
it's
probing
true.
opportunity.
Carolyn knows. It's true.
Yeah. All right.
Just the
well,
threat of it.
You know,
I'm like, oh, sign me
we're
up.
we're not gonna get abducted. Well, I don't know. We might get abducted by
We
aliens
might get
in this book.
abducted,
I don't
man.
know.
It's a choose
Well,
your own adventure book. They're gonna bring aliens into it.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Okay, 1982, Survival at Sea. You got the obligatory sloop Allegro diagram of the boat, so that we know the stern and the bow and all the different parts. The jib sheet.
You got to know your boating terms if you're gonna get on board the USS You Choose.
Yes, there we go. Jib sheet. That should be a band name or something.
Fire up our new nautical sound effect, Lee. Welcome aboard the USS You Choose. Ahoy! Get
He's
aboard.
ready.
Are
you mateys?
Arr. That was a hard one. That was a hard R. Arr.
Arr.
Kevin Cronin and Oreo Speedwagon.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's get started. So this is the second time we're going to go through it, like we said. So we'll just do the intro, and then we'll go to page 27 that has some new options that we didn't do last time. Yep. So if you're listening later and you've listened to this one, you may want to go back and listen to the other previous episode and then listen to this one.
Just like a You Choose book. Put your thumb in the page and turn to the other one, and
that's why we wanted to do it this way, to kind of give you that feel. So
Gerald is tempting me with the SpongeBob references. I can't do it. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
Ooh, let's get going.
All right. A few weeks ago, you got a call from your old friend, Dr. Nira Vivaldi, the famous anthropologist who specializes in interspecies communications. How would you like to go sailing in the South Pacific, she asks. We'll be searching for an archosaur, a dinosaur that we believe may still live in the ocean depths. It took some arguing to get permission to go, but here you are on the Barraby Island, thousands of miles away from home, because why not? You're 9.
Hashtag boomer parenting.
Yeah, exactly. You're 9. I mean, don't most 9-year-olds get asked by a doctor to go on a Pacific, exploration for a dinosaur?
You're 9 years old in 1984. Time to get on the most dangerous cruise. Get on that lobster boat and make some money, kid. You make me sick.
Exactly. I mean, it says you had to do some arguing, but really, did you have to argue
Did
that
you have
much?
to?
I
Arguing
mean,
from your end, like, no, mom and dad, I'm 9. What are you thinking?
that's true. They don't specify who was doing the arguing. The parents are pushing you out the door and, and trying to get you going. No, mom, I don't want to go. Yes, you're gonna go.
You should go.
Yeah. All right. When the 40-foot sloop Allegro leaves Bariba Harbor tomorrow, you'll be on board. Right now, you're seated in front of the TV set in the lounge of the Bariba Hotel. With you are your crewmates, Eric Zindel, the Allegro's skipper, Pete Karn, his young nephew, Jack Mako, the deckhand, and of course, Dr. Vivaldi. So how many? We got 2 kids on this and then 3 adults. I mean,
Yeah,
makes
that
sense.
sounds about right.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing could go wrong.
No. You've tuned in to an interview with the captain of an Australian fishing trawler, a man who claims to have seen a huge aquatic beast in the area. You watch with keen interest as he describes what he saw. We were about 400 miles northwest of Bariba when we sighted a black shape in the water. At first, we thought first we thought we saw a whale, but a long, thin neck and monstrous head rose up nearly 30 feet in the air. Its jaws must have been 10 foot long. Page 2. We had men with a harpoon gun ready to fire, but they didn't have a chance. The monster swung round with great orange flipper and swept them into the sea, the way you'd knock a fly off of a table. I ordered the ship right full rudder, engines full speed to get it clear of the beast. We circled round to get another look, but it was gone. A commercial comes on the screen and Eric flicks off the set. Well, Nira, what do you think? He asks. Dr. Vivaldi is already on her feet, her eyes flashing. This may be a hoax, of course, but the description matches the archosaur perfectly. It could be the one species of dinosaur that still exists. This encounter took place in an area where the warm current, rich in nutrients, rises from the ocean floor. If the archosaur lives, that's the only place we can expect to find it. 2 days have passed, and you're aboard the Allegro, sailing in a fair breeze under the sunny skies. Eric is at the helm. Dr. Vivaldi stands nearby, analyzing a water sample. Pete is tending the jib, and Mako is sitting on the foredeck, staring out at the sea. You're about to check the depth finder when the message comes over the marine radio. Warning, a volcano has erupted just under the surface of the sea about 200 miles east of the Etek Island. A new island is rising from the sea. All vessels are warned to keep clear of the area. There may be turbulent seas in the tidal wave. And of course, we have the amazing 2-page illustration of an explosion coming out of the sea, black smoke rising out into the air. It's just glorious.
I'd swear. This is when you know they're bringing their A game. Like, this is a 2-pager. There's a lot of 2-pagers on this one.
Yeah, there is a lot. So hang on. Eric glances at the chart. We're heading directly into the danger zone, he says. Ooh. Yeah, I would cue the danger zone music, but then YouTube would just pull this. So
well, you gotta ring the bell. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Yes, let me grab it here.
There it is.
All right. Oops. This keeps going. This may be our one chance to find the archosaur, but if you don't want to risk the dangerous waters, say so now. Okay, so last time we went to page 18 and 19 already. So I just wanted to read that to give everybody the intro of what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to go to page 27 because that's kind of last place we ended up. Oh, here we've got the obligatory map.
The map.
The different islands and all sorts of different things. And then
so to clarify, we did do 18 and 19 last time.
Yep.
Yeah.
We went to page 18 and 19. So let me pull that up here for everybody to see here so let's see.
And and we decided the big divergent point was page 27.
Yes. So we actually went through quite a few of these, and We
We
went
died
to
a lot.
19. We died a lot.
Yeah, we died a lot.
And so, yeah.
If you're a
18,
fan of us
19.
dying, listen to that last episode.
Yeah. We died a lot.
So much death.
But we ended here, page 27. We decided to put our finger here and say, next time, let's go here. And so
Right.
I don't think so. We can go to page 725. Whoops. Hit the 725, 20, or 22.
And what are the
I don't
choices?
think we have not gone to any of these.
Yeah, I
So
think these are all
here's,
fresh choices.
here's the options. I'll read them off for the viewers here. So hang on, everybody. If you tell Dr. Vivaldi to steer north, turn to page 7. If we steer northwest, page 25. If you tell her to steer northeast, east, or southeast, that's a mouthful, go to page 20. If you steer south, southwest, or west, go to page 22. So we got 4. I don't know that I've ever seen 4, Eddie. Have you seen? I've seen 3.
It's been so rare to see 4 choices. I mean, I get it's a bit of a cheat being like, pick a direction, kid.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
I don't know. He said, I told you to go east. I thought you said west.
West.
22 vote by Carolyn.
So that would be south, southwest, or west. So we got 1 vote for 22. Go west, young man. Yes.
There it is.
Exactly.
The operative turd is the term there is young man. That's I know, right? The ship of turds. Carnivorous plant is here too.
Holy cow.
We got a veritable. We have Gerald, Carolyn, Mr. BRS, and Carnivorous Plant. This is a veritable. We get Al Garrison in here. My head's gonna explode.
Okay, we need to get Al in here. I want to see Eddie's head
For
explode.
you choose royalty.
So the aliens won't have to probe your brain. It'll just be splattered all over the room. All right. Gerald says go west. So we got 2 votes for west. West it is. So that's page 22. Yeah, the gang is all back together. I agree. All right, Eddie, that's you. Page 22. That rhymes.
All right. I was just insulting Al to come and try to kill us.
That's true. Well, it bring in the owl. Yeah. Release the owl.
Ow, ow. All right, here we go. What the page 22?
22. Yeah, I don't think you need owl because it looks like it might
so
happen.
much death. So much death at sea. Well, really, one of the storylines, listening to the little spoiler alert, but one of the paths literally led us to a crashed ship, and there was no real optimal way out at that point.
No.
It was at that point a series of just bad decisions from that point on.
Yeah.
You know?
Death here, death there, death everywhere.
It's like moving to Jacksonville, Florida. It's all a series of bad decisions.
Bad decisions. Sorry if you live in Jacksonville.
Sorry, Jacksonville. But you know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry.
I don't have to say it, right?
You know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
22. Right out of the gate.
I know.
Once Dr. Vivaldi has set the Allegro on its new course, you go below to sleep. You're awakened early the next morning by excited voices above you. Eric is already climbing the ladder. You follow right behind. The other crew members are on deck already. Basically, you're the lazy one here.
Exactly.
Everyone is looking out at a ring of cone-shaped peaks rising from the sea. What a beautiful island, cries Dr. Vivaldi. Yes, I've been here before. Oh, man, someone's stepping in and stealing our ego game here.
No kidding.
Says Eric. It's Carina Island. It's a true paradise, but nowhere near where the Archosaur was sighted. He looks at you sternly. You set us on the wrong course, you 9-year-old. This is an 80s book. Blame the kid. Blame the
9-year-old.
kid. Blame the kid.
Anyway.
Kid. Literally, dude. Like, boomers. Well, I'd love to advance in my career, but I got this piece of crap child over here.
It wasn't saddled.
That I helped make. But
Yeah.
now I'm going to blame for all my troubles. Anyway.
I invited him here, but I'm going to blame him for all my trouble.
This podcast brought to you by Generation X's angst. Anyway. You set us on the wrong chart, on the wrong course. I don't believe you read the chart. You start to apologize because, because hashtag boomers. But Eric holds up a hand. That's all right. You've been giving me a thought. What was that like? Ha ha ha. But I leave me a rim shot on that one. Yeah. What was that like? There it is. We've survived a tidal wave, and I'm still shaky from that bang on the head. We will cruise to Carina Island. We all need a rest, so we'll spend a day or two swimming and sunbathing before we continue our search for the Archosaur. Would that be all right with you, Dr. Vivaldi? He asks. You say it's a paradise, she replies. That's good enough for me. You can hardly argue with that. The end. Hashtag not an ending.
What? Yeah, that's
So
ending.
I found a paradise island and we just chilled for a couple days. That's how the story's going to end?
Or we stay there forever? Or
Boo!
boo,
I say. Hey, Jinx, look at that.
Well, I mean, we didn't die.
We didn't die.
But we didn't do anything.
Did we really live? So we got to go back in time.
Back to page 27 again. I mean,
so we're doing this whole book, everybody.
We're probably going to end up doing
most. We're going to be doing this a lot tonight. Or just everybody get your seasick goggles on. Take your motion sickness pills. I know that was a lazy end.
We've talked about this before. Sometimes we're like, we just need an ending.
I know. I'm telling you, they just had listen, we need 4 or 3. How many endings are in this book? Does it say?
23, I think.
They're like, I need 4 of these endings to just be lame. Just be like, found an island. Cool. I am disappointed to eat your friend.
Remember, channel your executive. The kids will buy anything. Just
the kids are the
23 endings. They're dumb.
It's just like Elf. He's like, wait, what? You put an ending in there? You don't have an ending that ends in 4 pages?
I don't know.
Get out of my sight. The story doesn't make any sense. The dumb kids are stupid. They play with a He-Man who's got a sword and a laser gun. It doesn't make any sense.
It don't have to make sense. Just makes money. That's all I care about.
What's he ride? A horse or something? Like a pony? No, he rides a green tiger with orange stripes and wears armor. That makes no sense. I love it.
I love
kids
it.
Are dumb.
Ship 1 million of them.
I rotate the camera. There's my battle cat right there. Like, oops. Yeah. Anyway.
They'll buy anything.
They'll buy anything, dummies. 27.
All right. So we'll give everybody 3 choices. We'll take 22 off the table. So it's page 7, page North, 25, or page 20.
Northwest, or northeast, east, or southeast.
Wow. It's a lot of directions.
Listen, technically, if we were going southeast and south, that would have been the same as going.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
southeast is closer to south than southwest is.
West.
Actually, no. Or than west is. Sorry.
Yes. Page 7, Gerald says, Dr. Vivaldi says, steer north. Go north. That's the only one that has just one option. Straight north. That's all it says.
I got a feeling my you choose sense is going off. That north is the one that leads to another branch.
Oh, okay.
And the other easty and westies ones are
just death.
kicking the teeth.
Oh, Carol,
that was probably the nice one.
Your parent let you read in bed just so they don't have to do. Yeah, but only 1 choose your own adventure, and 3 pages in, you're done. Do you pretend you didn't choose? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right, Carolyn. Yep.
Yeah, I would when I was a kid and I was in bed, legit reading a choose your own adventure. Yeah, I would probably. I remember for real being I'm gonna read 3 endings. I'm gonna find 3 endings and then go to bed. I would go through it 3 times or whatever.
Exactly right. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so we got a vote for north, another vote for north, a vote for northwest. And Carolyn says north, the east. Okay, so she voted for north. Okay, so page 7. That'll be me. Then I'll do this one.
All right, sir, go for it.
Let's go back to page 7. I would steer due north, you tell Dr. Vivaldi. According to the chart, that's the course most likely to bring us to the area of the Archosaur sightings. Because, we're not, we know how to read nautical maps, Eddie. We're an
I know.
expert. We're
And
here.
we know the migration habits of aquatic dinosaurs because we're. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ahoy!
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just lucky we allow them in our presence. That's the bottom line. All right.
Yeah, I won't lie, and no one listening will probably find this surprising. But when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I had like a pocket encyclopedia of dinosaur facts, and I would
Uh,
carry it around.
that's awesome. And enlighten everybody to your superior intelligence.
Dude, I would be like, "Who wants to know about the Allosaurus?" Oh man. Anyway,
Allosaurus was 8 feet long and weighed approximately 3 tons.
the duck-billed dinosaur. Dude, I was totally this kid with my t-shirt tucked into my belt. Get me out of here.
Oh man. So when we see the kid here drawn with his shirt tucked in, his hair is perfectly manicured, that's Eddie, circa 1984.
Dude, I'm gonna put on our social media. Hey, anybody watching, I'm gonna put on our Instagrammies a photo of me when I was around this age in that time frame. I did. I did. I was walking around in high school, stopping Carolyn and being like, "Did you know that the Tyrannosaurus Rex had 3 toes?" She's like, "I can't believe I know this guy.
Get
No
away
good."
from me.
She just pretended to be busy.
Yeah. I got to get an allergy shot.
Oh man. Anyway,
All
page
right.
9.
Yes, page 7. Dr. Vivaldi
7. I lied.
turns the wheel. After trimming the sails for a new course, you and Pete sit on the foredeck, leaning against the cabin, sipping lemonade and eating chocolate cookies as you
Ooh.
watch the sun slip into the sea. You climb into your bunk with the feeling that all is going well. As you drift into a peaceful sleep, you have a hunch that tomorrow you might sight the Archosaur. You are awakened by Mako's cry. Breakers ahead. You crash into Dr. Vivaldi as you scramble up the ladder. Mako is at the wheel. You hear Eric yelling from the bow. There are reefs all over the place. Bring her around. You leap into the cockpit and loosen the jib. Mako turns the wheel hard over. A wave catches the stern, sending the Allegro plummeting into its trough. There's a terrible crunching sound. You are
Ooh.
thrown violently as the Allegro smashes
delicious
into a reef.
chips. Oh no.
Oh
Dang
no.
Some
Quick,
Captain
back
Crunch.
the jib. Captain Crunch. Yeah, there you go.
Dang it.
Quick, back the jib. See if we can get her off the reef, Eric shouts. You reach for the jib, but again you are thrown off balance as another wave knocks the Allegro on its side. We might need our jib counter. I think that's one,
Yes. I'm gonna do a jib counter, everybody. Hold up.
three,
You keep going.
three
I think we're at like
jibs.
3 on the jib counter
3
here.
jibs. Yes, there we go. Page
Oh
9.
man.
Oh, another double page illustration with the boat
There it is for
crashing
your
into the
viewing
reef.
pleasure.
Wow. Too late, says Eric. We're wedged in. We're taking on water, cries Dr. Vivaldi. The coral is cutting us to shreds.
Nice.
And I think you might be right. You look into the cabin. Water is gushing up from the bilge. Get the life raft, Eric yells. Mako and Pete go for the raft. You hurry to get water and food, but Eric's cry stops you. Abandon ship. You help launch the raft, and five of you pile in. You and your crewmates paddle towards smoother waters. Looking back, you watch wave after wave smash into the Allegro, slowly breaking it up against the sharp coral reef. Soon the life raft is clear of the dangerous reefs. No one has much to say as you drift helplessly on the ocean swells. You keep thinking about how you set the course straight for the reefs. If only you'd taken more time to look at the chart. Next time you'll know better, if there is a next time. The end.
You might die
Wow.
anyway.
So that
Darkness.
one just leaves you, maybe you die.
Stranded at sea. Nice.
Maybe. Oh,
But to be honest, more cannibalizing options than just your one friend. So there you
sure,
go.
you do have more options. And you know what? We actually almost admitted we made a mistake in this one. You're like, well,
We
if it
almost
was
were like,
checked.
Like
Uh,
the inkling of learning something and growing as a human starts to creep into your mind, and you're like, no,
no.
I must blame someone else. Who do I blame? Who do I blame?
Yeah, it's the map. They probably had the map wrong.
This
I was
map is
probably
upside
right.
down.
Yeah.
Look at this. North is south, south is north. This is crazy.
Who put this thing together?
What is
Man,
this? A
Gerald.
south arrow? Get out of
Look
town.
at the,
We gotta get out.
exactly. Look at Gerald bringing out the emojis.
And look at Gerald with the emoji game. You got to give him a Macho Man on that one.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's what you get when you throw out those
Yeah.
emojis. We love them.
Free
Suckers
Macho
for them.
Man. All right. So yeah, you're right, Carolyn. There is a story where we find the Archosaur. It's in there.
I really feel like what they do is they give you one ending where you find the monster. You know, it's like,
Yeah. It's
anyway.
like you're more likely to find an Archosaur than to become a shark.
That book, we got to do that one next.
Yes.
Because this
Yeah,
is so
we
the format, and I guess y'all probably caught on. The format we're doing tonight, and then we may do for the next episode, is we're just going through the whole book. We're just going to be like, we're going to get as many endings as we can in 2 episodes and just tear these books apart, you know?
Metaphorically, not literally. Well, maybe
Just
literally. I don't know.
Maybe I'll get a copy of the Christmas one and just tear it in half.
No, the Dinosaur Island.
Yeah. oh man. We did ask him.
You
asked
did.
him about that. I did. I went there. I was such a jerk.
You did go there.
If anyone's who's watching now hasn't listened, we sat down with the one, the only Edward Packard and interviewed the man for half an hour. It was actually really fun.
It was awesome.
And I literally hit him with Dinosaur Island. Why?
Why did you do that? I don't think he quite caught on, but I don't know. Maybe he did.
Maybe he's like, this jerk. I was like, dude, it is a
yeah. Don't even get me started.
Anyway.
It is. So yeah, we went to north. So we went to page 7 and we've gone to page 22. So let us know in the chat. Next, do we go northwest and go to page 25, or do we go northeast and go to page 20?
I like Carolyn's twist here. This story has a twist. We are the Archosaur. Oh,
you are the Archosaur.
So cool. That'd be so cool.
Yes. Scott Miller. Oh, we have a new person in the chat.
Welcome, Scott. Give Scott a Macho Man too.
Yeah, give Scott a Macho Man here. Let me find.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome aboard to USS Uchoos. Ahoy.
Actually,
Scott
this
Miller.
one might even be better, Eddie. Let's see if this works. There we go. All right.
So good.
So north, we got a vote for northwest, and then we got 2 votes for northeast.
Okay.
Give it another second here, and then we'll just go with probably northwest because we got 2 votes.
I love how northeast and southeast are entirely different directions, yet they are contained in the same choice.
They are. Oh, another vote for northeast. Another vote for northeast. Wow.
I'm so like Midwest now. I saw that and I was like, Nebraska, Carolyn, that's not a choice. Oh, northeast. Sorry.
Oh, northeast. Yeah. So that is page 20, Eddie. Why don't you take this one?
All right, let me get my old man glasses. Got any old man sound effects, Lee? Got any old geezer sound effects?
Well, we can do the Jeopardy theme.
There it is.
It's relaxing, you know.
Okay.
All right.
Page 20, correct?
20, yes. Carolyn,
20.
Nebraska is never a choice.
It isn't.
It's not a choice, it's a decision, or
right. Yeah. Carolyn knows she lives in a state that touches Nebraska. She's like, ooh. Ew.
It's like when you were a kid, ew, germs, you know.
Ew,
germs.
I got the cheese touch from Nebraska. Got the corn touch. Hashtag corn touch.
Corn touch.
Dr. Vivaldi sets the Allegro on its new course and turns the helm over to you because nothing makes more sense than having a 9-year-old pilot your boat.
Yeah, of course.
Eric still has a bad headache. Mako keeps babbling about how rich he will be when he gets to the new island. Mako's insufferable.
Oh man.
Dr. Vivaldi seems a little depressed. Man, look at us. We're just diagnosing everybody here all of
Wow.
a sudden.
Now we're a psychologist.
Right? We're sitting here steering the ship and diagnosing people.
Yeah, because we're amazing.
Ugh. I've begun to doubt that we'll ever find the Archosaur, he says, as he loads his pistol. Sorry. Oh, no! That got dark. But what has you the most upset is the weather. Tell me about it. Yesterday was rough.
Yeah, no kidding.
The sky has filled with oily gray clouds. Oily?
Oily's a color?
Oily gray. Look that one
Okay.
up. Hashtag oily gray. I
Oily
want.
gray.
Oh no, it's gonna rain. Extra virgin olive oil all over the ship.
Hashtag
Oily gray clouds. Whenever the sun breaks through, it shines with a sickly yellow light. Stupid sun. Oily gray. The wind blows harder. Long, deep swells roll toward you from the north, pitching the Allegro about. You check the barometer. It's falling rapidly. Not the pressure.
Oh no.
As the afternoon passes, the wind picks up and the sea grows rough. Soon waves are breaking over the bow of the boat, sending sheets of heavy spray, or is it grease? Sheets of grease spraying in their flying in your face. You are glad when Dr. Vivaldi takes over the wheel. Tell Mako to relieve me. Isn't it the whatever? Tell Mako to relieve me in a couple of hours, she says. Turn to page 32.
Okay.
We got more decisions here. Before turning in for a little sleep, you stop at Eric's bunk. He seems very tired as he motions you toward him. I can tell by the feel of the sea that we're in the path of a typhoon, he murmurs. We may have to change course. To what? He shakes his head. What's our heading right now? We're heading east. Judging by the direction of the waves and the wind, the storm center is due east, and it's probably headed right at us. The right side of the storm is the dangerous side. Is there a not dangerous side of the storm?
That's what I was wondering. The left's a little less dangerous, or
A little less dangerous. Try to keep to the left of the storm path. That's all relative, by the way. Like what?
yeah.
Eric's eyes close and he dozes off. Thanks, Eric.
Wow.
Your big help
Falls
there.
asleep. Yeah, thanks.
You hurry up to the deck. You must tell Dr. Vivaldi to change course. But which way should you tell her to turn? If you tell her to steer to the north, turn to page 40. If you tell her to steer to the west or the south, two entirely different directions, turn to page 43.
Carolyn, oily gray, slightly lighter than inky black.
Someone's like,
awesome.
it's inky black, and you cut in, is it oily gray?
Where's it?
They backhand you.
Scott says north right away. Right out of the
Decisive.
gate.
Scott's like,
North.
listen,
I
man,
took
it's
a
called
fork
you
from
choose, not you waffle. Not you. I don't
know.
Double north here.
We got a double north already. We'll give it another
It's the
second.
northeast.
Didn't we go north already?
We went north. That was before we went southeast or northeast or south or southeast.
That's true. Okay. Yeah.
3 norths.
That's
North.
Man, north it is. Let me make a note here that
we can't even go more north.
We went to page 40, and we also went to page 7. Let's make sure I get some of these in here before I forget. Okay.
Mr. BRS coming in with the west or south. Ouch.
Okay. Well, all right. Page 40.
Scott will probably die. One day, Scott, we will.
Yeah, we
Hopefully,
will.
It'll be
sooner,
as we're old
sooner
and
than later. Yeah. We'll go to the saloon. The big saloon in the sky.
The big saloon in the sky.
All right, here we go. Another great illustration with our boat all raggedy and on the waves.
Things look good for us so far, so we're looking all right. Look at that. Look at that oily gray.
Look at our sails, like almost gone. The
Ship
rope's
shape,
broken.
as they say.
Oh, geez. All right. You tell Dr. Vivaldi to steer north. Then you go below for some badly needed rest.
Oh,
Hours later, you awaken to the rolling and pitching of the boat as it's knocked about by the wild waves. The wind sounds like the roar of a jet plane. You can barely hear Mako yell, "It's your turn to take the wheel."
oh, thanks.
Wearily, you put on your slicker and climb up onto the deck. Even in the darkness, you can see that the ocean is white with foam and spray. You work your way back to the wheel and sit down next to Dr. Vivaldi. "I'm done in," she shouts over the wind. "You'll have to take over." You look at the sails. They've been ripped to shreds, their tattered remnants flapping wildly in the wind. Dr. Vivaldi rests a hand on your shoulder. Her voice is tense. "I've never sailed in weather this bad, but I'll let a 9-year-old do it because why not?"
Take the wheel with your 9-year-old arms. I can't,
Your
I
9-year-old
can't take
sense
this
of
anymore.
your 9-year-old sense of direction.
You
Why
got
not?
this.
You got it. All right. You do your best to steer the boat. The waves smash so hard against the hull that you're afraid it will break up. At times, the boat careens down a long, steep wave, and you fear that the bow will knife down and carry all of you to the bottom. Page 42. You try to remember everything you've ever learned about heavy weather sailing. What a 9-year-old. Let me go back. Let's see how much.
She's like, let me get my book. Here it is right here. Heavy Weather Sailing 101. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah. I've got a certificate here. Yeah, you drop it. It drops in the ocean.
Sploosh. Dang
Oh man. That's hilarious. Oh, here. Here's Dr. Vivaldi. This is what she said.
"I don't know what to do. I can't make decisions. I'm a president."
There it is. It's true.
Yes. All right. Mako staggers up on the deck. "This storm will kill us," he cries. "We've got to do something."
We did, dude. We followed your instructions. Go back to
Yes.
sleep.
Yeah, go back to sleep. You're useless to me. We got 3 more decisions. This book is chock full of choices.
Man.
All right. If you tell him to set the small heavy weather sail in order to try to steady the boat, turn to page 58. Did we take we probably did, yeah.
We
Ooh,
did.
shit,
We did. It's on our wall.
Yeah, exactly. Along with the rest of them. We got like 80 of them.
Exactly.
Okay. You just like you're going through all of them. I got one of the heavy weather sailing certificate here
You're
someplace.
like, no, this is animal husbandry. This is how to knife chimps with a pocket knife.
Agronomy.
Here it is, heavy sailing.
Yeah, heavy sailing, heavy weather sailing. There we go. If you decide that even the heavy weather sail might put too much strain on the boat, turn to page 59. If we decide to go to the stern and trail heavy ropes in order to slow the boat down and stabilize it, turn to page 64. Man, you can tell Packer did some research on this. I mean, these terms. Smart guy. All right. So do we go to page? I'll just make it simple. Go to page 58, go to page 59, or go to page 64. Let us know in the chat what we should do. And we'll go there with all of our 9-year-old knowledge. They've left everything to us. It's up to us now.
Listen, we took the heavy weather sailing correspondence course through DeVry Institute. We didn't miss those commercials, and we're like, this is happening. We got 59, 58, 58.
And we did that DeVry certification with 9 easy payments of $13.66 each.
Exactly. I got the Encyclopedia Britannica. I can solder circuit boards, and I'm an animal chiropractor and a prison barber. Took that one, prison barber. And
which the prison barber course was simply put in the number 5 blade in and just go.
Literally the same course as military barber. You're like, shave head, man. That's what I do here.
That's it. All right. So we got 2 votes for 58, Eddie. So you want to take that one?
I will indeed. 58. To set the small heavy weather sail. Here we go.
Yes, the small one instead of the big one.
Here we go. Set the storm trysail, you shout, not knowing any idea what the words were you just said. You can tell that Mako is scared. Otherwise, he would never work so hard. Damn! Mako burn.
Make hashtag Mako burn.
Hashtag Mako burn. Still, it takes 10 minutes for him to raise the heavy canvas sail. We are in a storm, though, you know?
Yeah, true. Come on.
Every minute or so, he stops and clings to the boom as huge waves break over the boat. Once the sail is set, the Allegro comes to life and surges through the water. Now the sloop has the power it needs to work through the monstrous waves. Seems like our other captain should have known this. Hour
Yes.
after hour, you steer the boat blindly through the gale. That's the only way I steer, Lee.
Yeah.
Blindly.
Close my eyes. Exactly.
I close my eyes. Oh, let's see here. But you stay with until you feel drained of every ounce of your 9-year-old strength. But you stay with it. The worst part of the storm is over. Then Eric is at your side. I'm feeling better, he shouts over the wind. Eric, just jump overboard. Just go.
Come on.
And you saved us. You are a real sailor. Thanks, Eric. I wasn't aware you were the one who bestowed sailorship upon. You pull a gun out, make him jump overboard.
Just leave.
Just go. He takes hold of the wheel. You go below deck and collapse, exhausted in your bunk. Already the wind and waves seem to be easing. You feel a rare sense of happiness. You have battled the raging seas and won. Hashtag not an ending. Not an ending.
There we go.
Do some work.
Well, I mean, we beat the storm. But
We beat the storm. We found no Archosaurus.
no.
And
We
we're
almost
really
shot Eric.
disappointed in Mako.
Yeah. And we almost shot Eric.
And Eric almost died at our 9-year-old hand.
Yes. Well,
So I guess we
let's
go
see.
back.
Do we want to go back to those 3 decisions, or do you want to go back to the 4 decisions on page
Ooh.
27?
Let's leave that to the group because that's true. There's a little double branch here. It was like boop and then
There
boop boop.
was.
So yeah.
So page 42, we went to page 58 on that one. So we still have 2 more choices on page 42, or we go back to page 27 and finish the one we didn't go to.
Yeah, let them. We'll let the.
Notosaurus. We found the Notosaurus, Carolyn. Yeah.
Yay!
Yay. I don't know, man. I'm hoping we can find a dinosaur here before our time runs out, but I don't know. I guess we found a Notosaurus. 42 is the answer to everything. Okay. So we got one vote
Carolyn
for
invoking
42.
Hitchhiker's
Or
Guide.
page- Okay, so carnivorous plant says go back to 42 as well. Okay. All right. So we can do page 59, or we can go to page 64 and try the heavy ropes. So we got heavy weather sail or heavy ropes. Everything's heavy on this boat.
I
Why is it
know.
so heavy? Is it because
Why is everything so heavy in the future? Something wrong with the
it's
Earth's gravitational pull?
yes, exactly. Maybe it's
Is that where
because
you were going?
that too, and our 9-year-old shoulders can only handle so much.
Like,
They just-
get that 9-year-old some heavy ropes.
Come on. All right. Well, let us know in the chat. So carnivorous plant said page 59. So we've already got 1 vote for 59. We've already done 58.
58 was already done. That was the one we just did with us
Yes.
being sad and
Yeah.
almost wanting to shoot Eric.
We about got our knife out and was like, Eric, you're about to get a
Eric,
knife in that back.
if you've got any clue how many chimps we had to go through with this knife,
Don't make
you
me
wouldn't
turn
be
you
playing
into
games.
Todd. I'm going to turn you into Todd. You and Todd
Listen,
talk about how many knives you have in your back.
ask Todd. Let's talk to Todd right now. We left
Yes.
him on Dinosaur Island.
Island. Yes. So if you want to know who Todd is, go back to our Dinosaur Island episode. Man, we didn't like Todd. All right, 62
No.
votes for 64, Eddie. So it's the heavy ropes for you.
64. Am I reading heavy ropes?
Yep. Heavy Ropes, page 64.
Heavy Ropes. 64.
Oh boy, this looks like fun.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. Look at this illustration.
Oh, look at that. That's us.
At
Flying
least
through the
that
air.
is us. Look at us. At least my shirt's tucked in.
Tucked
Splish.
And it is. Our
It
hair
is.
is perfect and our shirt's tucked in.
Yep.
Man.
You've heard that towing warps, heavy ropes, will help slow a boat and stabilize it in the violent seas. You ask Mako, who we already know is next to useless, to take the wheel, and you get a coil of heavy line out of the stern locker. Not the laid back and easygoing locker, the stern locker.
Yes, exactly.
Then you inch your way along the heaving, slippery deck, dragging one end of the rope with you to the stern. We're 9. This is just what the 1980s expected out of 9-year-olds. Like, get out there with the heavy ropes, kid.
Get that rope, kid. Come on. Use those young legs.
You are hitching it to the other cleat, to the after cleat, when you hear Mako scream, "Watch out!" You know Mako set us up. Mako is murdering us right now.
She's like, "Watch
freak
this."
wave. A freak wave. Wait, he's coming through. Coming from the port quarter, hits you like a flying waterfall.
Okay.
You know what TLC said back in the days about the
No, yes.
don't do it.
Don't do the waterfall.
It sweeps you straight away into the sea. Help, you cry. But you know that help won't come. That literally is like our upbringing in the 80s.
You don't expect any help.
Help, you cry. But you know the help would never come.
Yes.
I love this. Ropes. I'm sure we'll die. Exactly. But you know that help won't come. There's no way the Allegro can turn around in a sea like this. You see the boat one more time as Mako waves helplessly at you. He's waving at you as you die before the next wave carries you under. The end. Isn't there a bump, 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 bump? Do we have that one?
Yes. Let's see.
Mako's waving at us.
Mako's like, I hated that kid anyway. Stupid 9-year-old.
Stupid 9-year-old. Give me those ropes.
Wow. Man. Okay. So
Dark.
What one did we have left?
59, dude. That's the only 59 dudes.
Okay.
Sacrifice
All right,
the kid.
Yeah, the ocean gods need another sacrifice.
That night, Mako has a double portion of
enjoying your portion of food. Oh man,
so
it's kind of sad that he's gone, but man, I'm sure enjoying this extra portion of food.
Man, this extra slice of meatloaf is great.
Courtesy of the 9-year-old.
Thanks, kid.
All right, I'll go ahead and start 59.
59.
You decide that the wind is too much even for the heavy weather sail. You snap on your safety belt. Oh, now we put on a safety belt.
Where was the safety belt?
When we had the rope. What?
Dude.
Oh, man. Mako's just, he just like cuts that safety rope or tucks it in so he can't find it.
We see you stabbing holes in our life vest. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy that's packing your parachute. Second. Yes. Mako just popping open a second tin of beans and chuckling.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. You snap on your safety belt and check to make sure it will hold. Then you grab the wheel firmly, gritting your teeth as your ordeal begins. Wave after wave batters the Allegro. You have to fight the wheel to keep the boat from going broadside. Your 9-year-old strength is giving out. If only Eric were able to take the helm. You want to get Mako to take over again, but he has gone below deck and the hatch is closed. We know
he's eating your beans.
He's eating your beans. We eat those beans for that kid. You can't leave the wheel. You want to scream, but in this wind, no one will hear you. When you see it, a freak wave twice as high as anything yet. The top is curling over. It's going to break over the boat. You hold on to the wheel with all your 9-year-old strength as the monster wave heaves the Allegro on its side. You are underwater, then under the boat itself. Your lungs are about to burst. Slowly, the Allegro rights itself, but you're drifting away. Turn to page 60. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, there we are in the water again.
Did this meet our boat deductible? Because I don't know.
I don't know.
How
Look
the
at the mast
Allegro
is broken. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Does this affect the resale on our boat?
Yeah, this could hurt.
I just want to
think
be
we
able
might
to
have met
know.
our deductible.
I think we did.
Yes. Another wave lifts you up and carries you against the lifelines. You grab hold and pull yourself back on the deck. You're safe for the moment, but the Allegro is a wreck. The mast and boom have broken off. The deck is littered with lines and ropes, split wood and bent metal. The hatch opens. Dr. Vivaldi looks out. I never thought we'd see you again. Are you all right? As Mako's behind her eating the beans.
I thought you were dead.
Yeah. Has your backpack all he's going through it.
He's wearing your shirt and it's too little. It's like a belt. It's like showing his midriff.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
Wearing my clothes, dude.
I'm not even dead. Oh man. The boat's half full of water, but it's a little better in the cabin. Gratefully, you stumble into the cabin. Water sloshes against your legs. Eric is sitting up in his bunk, rubbing his head. What a boat. We flipped over and we're still afloat. What a sailor
I was
you
under
are.
the boat, bro. Ugh.
It's like I was under it, man.
Worst captain ever.
You smile weakly at the compliment for you have almost no strength left in your 6 or 9-year-old limbs. Turn to page 66.
The cool part is your hypercolor shirt looks great because it's just seeing all the temperatures right now.
All the different temperatures.
Blue, red, green. That might be blood, but whatever. Hypercolor.
Hypercolor, yes. Mako has one on just like it.
Mako's wearing
yours.
He's wearing your Reebok pumps. Like, dude.
Yes, come on. The wind and the waves diminish. The fury of the storm has passed, and the Allegro drifts helplessly in the water. At last, the sun breaks through the clouds, and the wind becomes a gentle breeze. Early the next morning, you are rescued by a passing freighter. You never did find the Archosaur, but you sailed through one of the worst typhoons of the year, and you survived. The end. Wow.
You know, the funny part here is that we just squeezed every bit of juice out of page 42, and all it did
is kill us.
Or almost kill us.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, Carolyn, never thought we'd see you again equals we didn't even look.
Yeah.
Oh, Mako's like, I don't know. I'm too busy going through his stuff.
He's too busy cutting your face out of the family pictures and putting his face into it. Like,
yes, put his face in it. Yes.
I have a new family now.
Well, let's go back to page 27.
Let's do one more for sure.
Yeah, because we haven't done. There was one more left. I think it was. Let's see. It
was
25 and let me look. Maybe
we need to go 20. I think.
No, wait,
25. I think.
I might have to go back. Let's see.
I think it's page 25, the northwest one.
I think you're right.
Because that was the only one that had one. There was two directions, north or northwest. Everything else was like a multiple.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
We went northeast, so we were locked in after 20.
Okay. So page 25. Let's see, is that you?
25.
Eddie?
I can read that, yeah.
Yeah.
25. Yeah, because I would remember that illustration. Look at that tuck. Look at that tuck job on that shirt.
Wow.
And our waist.
That is tight.
Mako is eating all of our beans. Look at that. We got we're down to a size 17-inch waist. We're like, yay. Turns out starving to death on the open sea.
That and that part, man. Look at that part. That's a tight part.
Oh, that's a tight part. That's some Brill cream right there.
Yeah.
Like he's down to the last notch on that belt. He's like, and
I got one notch left. My goal. That's awesome.
Dr. Vivaldi steadies the Allegro on a northwest course. Then you take the helm while Pete and Mako trim the sails. As the hours pass, the wind freshens and the Allegro flies through the blue-green seas. At least they're not oily. The
No,
oily
not
blue-green.
these aren't oily.
A wandering albatross swoops down to inspect the boat. You marvel at its enormous wingspan as it circles you and then glides downwind just above the waves. Eric climbs up from the cabin. He is looking a lot better. He checks the compass heading. We're just about on course for Qatar Atoll, a beautiful ring of coral reefs. If the wind holds, we should be there by nightfall. Smoke on the horizon, dead ahead. It's an island, Pete shouts. He squints through the binoculars. It's a volcano.
Ooh.
There's no island shown on the chart, says Eric. Then this is it. The new island.
Oh.
Dr. Vivaldi observes, by the way, terrible at naming things.
Yeah.
He's like, what should I call this? I'll call this New Island.
Oh. It's not the old one. This is the new one.
Mako grabs the binoculars out of Pete's hands. A total Mako move right there, by the way.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
expect no less from Mako.
Yes.
First chance we get, we have to betray Mako. Be like,
Oh,
do we
we
leave Mako for dead? Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Yes, we
push him
do.
overboard.
That island will be worth $1 billion someday, he says. Mako, you are clearly bad with money. Look, waves coming. Pete points to a line of 20-foot swells rolling toward the Allegro. Bring her 30 degrees to starboard, Eric orders. All of a sudden, Eric sounds like a captain now. Trim the sails. We'll take the waves just off the port bow. Turn to page 26. The ship rides easily through the waves, which are small compared to the tidal wave you rode out earlier. Tell us about it. We died like twice. These waves are caused by a minor earthquake on the island, Dr. Vivaldi says. It could have been a lot worse, Eric says. Again, we know. Dr. Vivaldi agrees. The next one, maybe. Mako is standing on the deck house, holding on to the mast for balance. Have you thought of this, mates? He says, don't call me mate, bro. I know what you do. I know what you take, bean thief. That island has never been there before. It doesn't belong to any country. The first people to get there will own it. That's not how ownership works. Own it. We could start our own country, make our own laws, run it any way we like. I can tell you now, Mako's dangerous. It might not be wise to think along those lines just yet, says Dr. Vivaldi. If that volcano lets loose again while we're ashore, it could wipe us out before we elect you president, Mako. I don't want to be president. I just want to be the general and get all the guns. You're like, no. Let me plug in my other headset, Lee. I think my battery powered ones have died. I'll finish off this here real quick. Eric laughs. It's too late today anyway. He points off to starboard. We'll anchor off Qatar Atoll for the night. Tomorrow we'll decide what to do. And what I'm going to do is plug in some headphones. I wasn't hearing you, Lee. Can you talk now? Bear with me, everybody. Huh. I'm not sure if our listeners can hear you, Lee, because I can hear other things.
There we go. It was on mute.
Ah, it wasn't
I don't know
me.
which- Yeah, there, Carolyn. Okay. Well, let me start over. I might have lost the whole thing. All right. That night, the crew takes turns standing watch. At midnight, it's your turn. While the others sleep, you sit alone on the foredeck, gazing at the new island silhouetted in the moonlight. Looking through the binoculars, you can make out a faint wisp of smoke rising from the mountaintop. Suddenly, Mako is standing next to you. He's holding a duffel bag in one hand and a spear gun in the other. Couldn't sleep, you ask? I didn't want to sleep, he says. I've been thinking about how I could own my whole country. What do you mean? I'm taking the sailing skiff into shore. I'm going to be the first man to stand on the new island. It's going to be my country. But you can't take the skiff without Eric's permission. Oh, yes, I can, because I'm making the law on the new island. I'm going to wake the others, you say. Mako points his gun at you. No, you're not, unless you want to be speared like a fat fish. His mouth twists into a crooked smile. Hashtag burn, fat fish burn. I wouldn't want to do that. You're a good sort. You're a good sort. In fact, I want you to come along. I'll give you a share of the island. We'll be back on the Allegro by dawn after I planted my flag on shore. All right, here we go. If you want to go with Mako, turn to page 37. If you insist on staying on the Allegro, turn to page 39. All right. Man, Mako's like, oh, no, you're not.
Mako showing his true colors.
He does want to eat our beans.
He does. He wants those beans, dude.
Look at his shirt. His shirt is tucked in as well.
He's got his belt cranked down to that last notch. He's like, listen, could my belt buckle be any bigger?
I'm going to cinch that baby up.
Instant betrayal. And when did we have like a ascot? Look at our scarf around our neck. When did that happen?
Right. We're like Ralph Furley from Three's Company. All right. Go with Mako. Page 4. We got 2 votes for go with Mako. Or no, insist on staying on the
we're
Allegro.
split.
So go with
Time
Mako.
Go with Mako as heads. Stay with the Allegro. Tails. Let's see that coin, Lee. Oh, there we go.
All right. So heads is. Oh, did we get another vote? Page 37.
We did 37, which is another vote for Mako. So we got go with Mako. Oh God,
37. We're going with Mako.
Have we learned nothing?
Oh, good job, Carolyn. We turned into Fred from Scooby Doo.
We did. We turned into Fred.
That's awesome.
All right.
You need an ascot, Eddie.
I need more ascots in my life.
Yeah. Hashtag Eddie needs more ascot.
Back that ascot up. Hey, where's my rim shot?
There we go.
I'm here all night. We're gonna go with Mako against all of our you choose. This is the chance of a lifetime. You could be the first person to set foot on a new island. You could start a whole new country. I'll go, you tell Mako. Mako unties the sailing skiff, and the two of you silently climb into it. Mako lets the skiff drift downwind a bit before he raises the sails. The breeze has freshened, and the skiff flies through the gentle waves, riding the swells with ease. The new island grows larger and larger in the moonlight. Mako rants about his new kingdom, the big hotels he will build, and how rich he will become. You begin to realize that he has become delirious with his visions of wealth and power, but your thoughts are interrupted by a rumbling from the shore. Could it be an earthquake? Is the volcano about to erupt? Could it be his beans coming back to haunt all of us? And he's going to rip a giant fart in front of you?
Oh man.
I think we better go back to the Allegro, you say. Mako spins around. Even in the pale light of the moon, you can see the gleam of madness in his eyes. Once again,
Ooh.
we took the correspondence course. Here's the book on it right here. Catching the glimpse of madness in someone's eyes. A 12-month correspondence course. Not until I set foot on shore, he says, and claim this island as my own. Mako's spear gun is lying in the bilge. Using it may be your only hope against this madman. Oh, here we go, kids. If you try to grab the spear gun and demand he take you back to the Allegro, turn to page 50. If you bide your time, turn to page 55.
Wow. We're not above using a spear gun, that's for sure.
Listen, we did take a spear gun correspondence course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should replace the rim shot with the bell.
Yes, there we go.
Next.
All right.
So do
Well,
we take the spear gun and point it at Mako, or do we bide our time? Carolyn's saying to bide the time. Scott's thinking about it. Carnivorous plant. Take the spear gun. There we go. It's carnivorous.
Grab that gun. Tell Mako, come on. I'm going to shoot that smile right off your face. Give me back my hypercolor shirt.
We got 2 votes for
take the spear gun.
Take the spear gun.
Okay, page 50. We're taking that gun. Here we go. You grab the spear gun. As you close your fingers around the handle, Mako lunges for you. The boat rocks wildly. You try to get your balance, but Mako's heavy hand clamps down on your wrists. He wrestles the gun out of your 9-year-old hand. So I have a traitor on my hands. When we reach shore, you will be hanged. I like how he has all these grand plans.
Dude, man.
It's what?
So crazy.
You can't do that, you cry. You can't do that because there's no wood there to make a
right.
Scaffold.
You can't make a noose, bro.
I can do anything I want in Mako land.
Is that what he says?
Yes. Wow, this is the best. Mako land. He yells.
He rips his vest open and it has a t-shirt that says Mako land on it, like in Disney, like the Disney font. He's like, yeah,
Mako land. This new island is my country. For the next hour, you sit rubbing your bruised wrist, wondering if you could ever escape. Meanwhile, the sky is growing pink and orange in the east. In the west, the sea is about to devour the fading moon. The island looms large. You're almost there. I see a spot to land. Mako points to the cove protected from the breakers. He lets out the sail and steers the boat between 2 enormous boulders that jut into the ocean. The sky is light now, and you can see the island clearly. Mako heads the skiff toward the barren gray beach of volcanic ash and pitted rocks. No one could live on this island, you say. It's a wasteland. You are a fool as well as a traitor, Mako says. Volcanic soil is very fertile. In a few years, this shore will be lined with palm trees. In a moment, the skiff is aground, and Mako leaps out and jumps up and down in the fine gray sand. It's mine, he shouts. A new country, and it's all mine. But even as he's yelling, you see a burst of flame and smoke rising from the volcano. If you run to take shelter under an overhanging rock, turn to page 67. If you push the skiff off the beach and shield your head with your arms as best you can, turn to page 75. Wow. All right. So do we take shelter under a rock or do we grab the skiff and get out of there? Let us know in the chat.
Things escalated quickly in Mako land.
Yeah. Maybe at Mako land, we can set up a resort.
He's like, welcome to Mako land. Over there is Mako, Nebraska. There's Mako Rado.
Mako restaurant is over there if you want to eat some Mako food.
Yeah, always serve a shark. That's what we got.
That's all we got. Get out of Mako land, Carnivorous Plant says. So we're split so far. Carolyn says to hide under a rock. Carnivorous Plant says, get out of there. Get out of Mako land. Scott says, get out of Mako land. Okay. So it's page 75.
All right.
Page 75. We're getting out
75.
of here.
I hope we're alive.
Yes.
Oop, oop, oop.
This one we didn't die near as fast.
No. You push the skiff off the beach and jump in, covering your head with your arms. Where do you think you're going? Mako screams. You've already violated a boundary of Mako land.
Violated at least 3 laws already.
Already. It's the only thing I can do, man. My Mako hands are Mako tied in Mako land. But his voice is drowned out by the roar and the blast of superheated air that blows your skiff like a shot out of the cove. As you lie face down, holding your breath, the back of your neck is singed by the hot wind. Just as suddenly, the wind dies. The boat rocks wildly. You can breathe a little now, but you feel just barely alive. A moment later, you lose consciousness, of course. Turn to page 72. My goodness. What's happening? You awaken to find yourself lying in a bunk. By the motion of the boat and sound of the engine, you can tell that you are on a motor yacht. Who has rescued you? You sit up and peer through the porthole. The new island is only a couple of miles away. The volcano top was knocked off by that last eruption. Now only a thin wisp of smoke drifts downward from the crater. So you are awake. You turn, startled, to see a man wearing a white jacket over a red shirt standing next to your bunk. Okay. Thank you for saving my life, you say, because we was raised right. That ascot is there to stay now.
That's right. Literally and metaphorically.
Right. My name is Jason Lucas, and it is a tune of 2 first name guy. Don't trust him.
Ooh, yeah.
My name is David. Run! You're going to get killed.
David.
And it is enough for you to know that I'm a businessman. You don't need to tell me who you are. We have made radio contact with the Allegro. We are heading toward her. In less than 2 hours, you will be safely back with your friends. You start to thank him, but he holds up his hand. First, I want you to sign this paper. Why? What does it say, you demand? It says that we will pay you $10,000 for any claim you might have had to the new island. We were watching you through binoculars. You were the first person to stand on the island. You might succeed in claiming it as your property. If you sign the paper, this is where it goes to crazy town. If you sign the paper, turn to page 82. If you refuse to sign the paper, turn to page 84. Carolyn invoking the great Star Trek rules. Don't count on a red shirt.
Exactly. I like how we're 9. I don't think documents were binding at age. Well, maybe on Mako land they are binding.
Mako land, there is no minor.
Yeah, everybody's
like, welcome to Mako land. Everybody's an adult. We try you for murder for everything you do.
We're gonna hang you on that noose that we never built.
Right.
Wow. This is so bizarre, but that's what makes these books great. They're just
a turn.
So
you can turn one page and all of a sudden you're in a whole different world.
I know. We went from getting on Mako Island, well, trying to find an Archosaur, to now we're signing contracts.
Can I go find the dinosaur, please? I'm signing a contract.
Why am I signing a contract? I'm supposed to be looking for a dinosaur. Oh well.
I'm getting the feeling I'm not going to see a dinosaur.
I mean, we've gone through this twice now for at least 2+ hours. We have yet to see a dinosaur. I don't know which decision you have to make to get there.
I tell you, I know they bury it in these books. There's only one way to get there.
Oh, Brent's in the chat. Man, we got everybody in the chat.
Everybody's jumping in. Thank you, sir. I'm proud of this hat.
Know. Do we sign the contract, or do we refuse to sign that contract and hold out for more money?
There you go.
It is the 80s. Don't sign it. Yeah. And hope they don't throw you overboard. So Carolyn says, don't sign it. We'll give it another second. Otherwise, we're going to refuse that contract and tell them we need to talk to our Mako lawyer.
Like someone get my Mako lawyer on the Mako phone.
They work at the Mako law firm.
Exactly. There's a whole organization to help ailing kids. It's the Mako Wish Foundation. Give me some bell.
All right. Okay, so page 84. Scott said 84 as well. So
We have
there you go.
refuse.
Refuse. Oh man, look at this. What? Carolyn was
do.
right.
Like, and die. Ah!
Wow. You look Jason Lucas in the eye. Like you said, don't trust anybody with 2 first names.
No, don't
So
do it. Look
you
at that.
Jason-
Straight to.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I love that. You look Jason Lucas in the eye. If I have a right to that island, I don't want to sell it for $10,000. It must be worth a lot more than that. Lucas's face reddens and his lips tighten into a thin white line. I'm a generous man, but I never make the same offer twice. He draws a silver pistol from inside the pocket of his white linen jacket.
There
You
it
should
is.
understand, he continues in his cold voice. I really didn't want to kill you. In fact, I was willing to pay $10,000 to avoid killing you, but that wasn't enough for you. Get up on deck. You start up the ladder with the blunt muzzle of his revolver pressing between your shoulder blades. Are you going to shoot me? A cruel laugh escapes from Lucas's mouth. I can't bear the sight of blood. That's why I prefer to have you lose your balance and fall overboard. As you step up on deck, Lucas twists you around with one swift movement. He lifts you over his shoulders and hurls you over the rail. Turn to page 86. We did throw us overboard. Holy cow.
Carolyn called it.
She did. Screaming, you hit the water. Looking up, you see a sailor watching you from the stern of the yacht. He unhooks the styrofoam life buoy and throws it towards you. Sorry, I can't do more, he calls, but they'd have my skin next. The yacht accelerates, leaving you to struggle in its foamy white wake. You swim to the buoy. It's shaped like a U and is big enough to climb on top. For the moment, you're safe. There's no land in sight, but soon your spirits are lifted. There's a waterproof bag attached to the buoy. You open it, taking care to keep the contents dry, and find a half-gallon plastic bottle of fresh water, 3 squares of chocolate wrapped in foil, 2 packs of matches, and 2 rocket flares. The sun is setting, and darkness comes quickly in the tropics, and soon you have 1,000 stars for company. The sea is calm and the air is warm. You're going to make it through the night, but you are lonely and, to tell the truth, scared. If you send up the rocket flares, turn to page 95. If you decide to save them until you see the lights of a ship, turn to page 116. So do we shoot the flares or do we save the flares? Let us know in the chat what we should do. Man, this one is just
Choices
all
on
over.
choices on this one.
Yeah. I got thrown overboard by, let's see, what was his name? Lucas, Jason Lucas. There we go. Those glasses and that he had a mustache, Eddie. There we go.
He had a mustache. You can't trust men with mustaches.
Nope. Save the flares. Carolyn says we need sloth. Yes, we do.
We do need sloth. At least he'd come for us and save us.
He would.
This would make this story 100% more Goonies like.
Yes. Scott's thinking, but Carolyn wants to save the flares, or we can use them. So let us know in the chat what we should do. Otherwise, we're going to save the flares, since that's what we have a vote for. But yeah, still no Archosaur. Still no shark. Not anything. Save the flares. Okay, it's unanimous. All right, Eddie. Page 116 for you.
116 to save the flares.
Yes.
I think I know where they're
I
going
spoke
with
too
this.
soon.
Oh man!
Another
Then you
2-page
get-
illustration.
And for a teaser, we have Archosaur illustrations. We're literally paging past to get to this.
Yes,
Hey,
I know.
Hey, but we found a shark. Hey!
There you go. All right.
Scott, whoops.
Whoops.
You drift through the night. From time to time, you doze off. Whenever you wake, you scan the horizon, hoping that you'll see a ship. But the only lights you see are phosphorescent streaks in the water. Once again, you doze off, but something awakens you. You peer over the edge. A dark white torpedo is coming through the water. It's Mako. He's got revenge.
He's got revenge. Yes.
Its shape is unmistakable, a great white shark. You cry out, but no one can hear you. No one can help. The end.
And oh man, talk about death. Here we go. But we saw a shark. Does that
We
help?
saw a shark. We passed illustrations of the Archosaurus.
Yeah, we got a illustration for it.
He looks friendly. We've read through this book twice for 2.5 hours.
Still nothing.
Still no Archosaurus. I thought we'd shoot Mako with a flare gun.
We probably should have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is our turn into a pumpkin time now, Lee.
It is. So, but I'm glad everybody was in the chat. I mean, that was great. So we'll probably go with a different book next time, but
Yeah.
man, they do tease you with these illustrations.
They really do.
They do.
We
So
found a
check it
lot of
out.
ways to die and almost die, and none of them involve seeing a dinosaur.
Yeah, and we got Mako'd.
We got Mako a bunch.
We need t-shirts that says Mako Land on it, or I live on
Yes, that would be the sticker we do is Mako Land. I'm writing this down.
Mako Land. Yes.
Hey,
we
in
need
the
Mako
chat,
Land.
would you even for like $1, would you want a You Choose sticker that says Mako Land and like a Disney
It's like
font?
I
That'd be
went
hilarious.
to Mako Land or something like that.
I survived Mako Land.
I survived Mako Land. With like a
I'm writing
noose.
this down.
So like around, it's a circular sticker, but it has like a
Yeah.
noose sign, like a rope around it.
It has like rope encircling it and it ends in like a little noose. That'd be hilarious. Or it has a spear gun underneath it. That'd be actually
Yes. So like the symbol is like a spear gun.
yeah. The noose might be a little problematic looking forward.
Yeah, that's true. We better just do a spear gun. Yeah. It's probably not even an Archosaur in those pictures.
100 ways to die in the west, north, east, and south.
That should be the title of the book.
It's true. It's true.
Carolyn, a can of beans.
I know. We had more bean interaction than we had dinosaur.
interaction. All right. Well, hey, thank you, everybody. Go to uchoosepodcast.com. That's the letter U. Uchoosepodcast.com and check out all the other episodes, the previous episode for this one, interview with Edward Packard, all sorts of different things. So
Yes.
like I said, keep an eye on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitch. We'll have all of our streaming going there, announcements going there, and we can check it out. Yeah, 0 Archosaur and 0 beans. Yep.
I know. Sometimes. But all the fun. Really?
Yes.
We had all the fun.
Exactly. All right. Well, hey, until next time, you choose the adventure. Thanks, everybody.